Good morning, my dear students. Welcome back to Physics Online class. In today's session, we are going to discuss about new model paper pattern of 2022. This is single paper system. Let us observe the first model paper of physical science. In physical science, two parts are present, part A and part B. The marks are same 40 marks. Time is 1 hour 35 minutes. When come to the part 3 sections are present in the first section 2 marks questions. 6 questions are there. Any 3 questions you can write. So choice is increased. And write the answers 1 or 2 sentences. 6 questions are there. Any 3 can attempt. 3 into 2, 6 marks. In the section 2, 4 questions are there. Any 2 questions you can write. Each question carries 4 marks. In section 3, any 2 questions you can write. 4 questions are there. Any 2 questions you can attempt and each question carries 8 marks. And write the 8 to 10 sentences. Each sentence carries half mark. For 2 marks questions, at least you try to write 2 or 3 sentences. 4 marks questions, 4 to 6 sentences and 8 marks questions, 8 to 10 sentences. And now let us observe the section 1. Here 6 questions are there. The first question is, what happens if concave mirror is used as a rear view mirror? Rear view mirror means a small angled mirror fixed inside the windscreen of a motor vehicle, enabling the driver to see the vehicle or road behind. Basically, we using motor vehicles mirrors are convex mirrors that presented erect, enlarged and virtual images. But here what is question, what happens if concave mirror is used as a rear view mirror? The drivers of the vehicles cannot able to see the objects at the rear of his vehicles because concave mirror forms real images of the rear far objects. Drivers cannot see the object. That is the answer of the first question. Understand? Second question. In an experiment, sodium chloride is reacts with sulfuric acid H2SO4 and evolves HCl gas. What is the result? When we test the evolved gas with wet litmus paper, basically we using dry litmus paper. Here we taking the wet litmus paper. Wet litmus paper, that is the blue litmus paper, turns into red. When the evolved HCl gas is passed through it, because HCl gas becomes aqueous solution with wetness of the blue litmus paper and shows its acidic nature. In this activity, we use dry HCl gas is not an acid because we notice that there is no change in color of dry litmus paper, but HCl aqueous solution is an acid because wet blue litmus paper turns into red litmus paper. The third question is, the electronic configuration of sodium element is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s1 and then writes the 4 quantum numbers of the first electron in K shell. Write the 4 quantum numbers of the first electron in K shell. Here configuration of element is the sodium 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s1. Then what is the first quantum number? Principal quantum number. Then electronic configuration of the sodium is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6 and 3s1. Then first shell is the K shell, means first shell, that is the 1s. Hence, the four quantum numbers of the first electron are n equal to 1, principal quantum number equal to 1, L equal to 0, angular momentum of quantum number is 0. Again, magnetic quantum number formula is also there, that is the 2L plus 1, Ml also 0. Finally, spin quantum number acquires plus of or minus of. Here ms equal to plus of. The fourth question is, mention the chemical equation of reaction between the magnesium Mg and oxygen O2 and write its physical state of reactants and products. Which question this? This is the chemical equation question. Magnesium react with oxygen. That means equation is 2Mg plus O2 gives rise to MgO. Magnesium react with oxygen gives rise magnesium oxide. Here, what about physical state of reactants? Magnesium is the solid material, oxygen is the gas. Then products of physical state, that is magnesium oxide, that is also solid state. Fifth question, a doctor suggested to use the plus 50 centimeter focal length lens to correct a person's eye defect. Mention which type of defect he is suffering and mention type of lens doctor suggested. Here see that doctor suggested lens of focal length is plus 50. Plus 50. Here we know that greater than 2.5 centimeters, that is the hypermetropia. Then 2.7, 2.227 less than, that is the myopia. Then here doctor suggested plus 50 centimeters. Here he is suffering from the hypermetropia. Then using correction of the lens is biconvex lens. Lens is used to correct the person's eye defect. Then the person suffers from the hypermetropia. Sixth question, which material is used to make the filament of the bulb? Why? This is the electric current question. The filament of an electric bulb is usually made up of tungsten because of its higher resistivity values and high melting point. That melting point is 3422 degrees Celsius. What are the characteristics of the tungsten? That having the higher resistivity, that means opposes force is high level and melting point also high level. That is why we using the bulb filament is tungsten. These 6 questions are section 1 questions. Then you can write the 3 questions. Then each question carries 2 marks. Then write the 2 to 3 sentences. Next, section 2 questions. Find the focus and position of the lens by drawing a ray diagram using the position of object A and the image A dash in the given diagram. Here given one is the one straight line, that is the N1, N2. Given points are A, A dash. Then answer. Here which lesson? This is the 4th lesson, lenses lesson, refraction of light at curved surfaces. We know that every ray diagram having two properties. One line always passes to the parallel to the principal axis, that is passes to the focus, and second ray directly passes to the optical center. Then we can draw the ray diagram. First we can see that points A dash. Here we can draw the two ray diagrams. First ray is the parallel to the principal axis. Incident ray parallel to the principal axis after refraction, that is passes to the focus. And second ray directly passes to the optic center. The two rays meet at a point, that is the interfere point. We can find out the image formation. Here we using lens is the biconvex lens, that is the symbol of the arrow mark, and F means focus. In section 2, next question, what would happen if corrosion of metals is not prevented? What is the meaning of corrosion? Corrosion means copper metals react with oxygen and moisture air. That is called the corrosion. Here what is the question? What would happen if corrosion of metals is not prevented? Not prevented. If corrosion of metals is not prevented, for example, bridges made with metals may collapse. Grills and other iron materials may spoil due to formation of rust. Pillars made with iron may collapse. Hence, it leads to financial loss and cause to accidents. That is the not prevented the corrosion. Then next question is the element belong to the modern periodic table. The atomic number of the elements are 26. Write the elements belong to which period and group. Given metals are 26. Modern periodic table. In the periodic table, more than 118 elements are there. Here given element numbers, atomic numbers are 26. Then tell them that is belonging to period and group. The elements with atomic numbers of 20 and 26 is belong to fourth period. That elements are 20 is the calcium. That calcium belong to second group and fourth period. Next one, 26th atomic number. 26th atomic number element is the ferrous. That is again fourth period but eighth group. Eighth group element is the ferrous. Next question. Mention the day-to-day uses of convex lenses. Mention the day-to-day uses of convex lenses. Lenses means fourth lesson or fifth lesson. We using here convex lenses. Here that is the uses of convex lens, fourth and fifth lessons. First use is the convex lenses are used to correct the hypermetropia. These are used in microscopes and telescopes. These are used by watch mechanics. Then next, convex lenses are used by the magnifying lenses. These all are section 2 questions. Given 4 questions. Write any 2 questions. Each question carries 4 marks. Write the sentences 4 to 6 sentences. Next, section 3. Section 3, first question is, mention the precautions to be taken in the experiment to show that hydrogen gas is evolved when metals react with acids. Mention the experimental procedure. Then what is this experiment? To show that hydrogen gas is evolved when metals react with acids. That is the, in our common term, pop sound experiment. Acids react with metals, that is produces the hydrogen gas experiment. You can write 8 to 10 sentences like a activity model, aim, procedure, material required. conclusion, observation, result, and chemical reaction must and should. Chemical reaction, and write the 8 to 10 sentences about that is procedure. Section 3. Next question. In the following table, nature of some solutions are given. Model solution, pH value, NaOH, sodium hydroxide 13, saliva 6, seawater 8, hydrochloric acid 1, NaCl 7, pure water 7, acetic acid 6, blood 7.4. Then answer the following questions. Write the acids and bases. Here given tablet form 1 to 6 are the acids, 8 to 14 are the bases. Here given acids are hydrochloric acid, acetic acid, and next bases are sodium hydroxide and seawater. Then saliva also one of the acid. The next question, in which of the above two material react get neutralization reaction? What is the meaning of neutralization reaction? Neutralization reaction means acid and base reacted after we can find out the salt, that is called the neutralization reaction. Here HCl react with sodium hydroxide. One acid, one base react with, then after we can find out the sodium chloride and water molecule. That is the neutralization reaction. Next one, acetic acid CH3COOH plus sodium hydroxide NaOH gives rise sodium acetate plus water molecule. This is also one of the neutralization reaction. Third question, mention the strong acids and weak base from the above table. Here strong acid is the HCl. Why? Because in the tabular form 1 to 6 are the acids. Up to 1 is the strong one, 6th one is the weak one. Next, weak base is the sodium hydroxide. 8th one is the strong one and 14th one is the weak one. Then fourth question, mention the nature of the product when NaOH react with acetic acid. The nature of the salt which is formed in the neutralization reaction between the acetic acid and NaOH is basic nature. Then acid is the acetic acid, then base is the sodium hydroxide. Both reacted after we can find out the salt. Next question, mention the main features of the modern periodic table. Modern periodic table, that is Moseley's modern periodic table. You write down 8 to 10 points about that modern periodic table. That means modern periodic law, group and period, next blocks, then ionization energy of the groups and periods, nuclei, atomic radius, and so many characteristics are there. You write down. That is the mention the main features of the modern periodic table. And last question is the 10 volts battery is connected in an electric circuit between A and B points 20 ohms and 30 ohms resistors are connected to get least resistance in the circuit. Find the resultant resistance between A and B and find current in the circuit. What is the question here? 10 volts battery, that means positive negative terminal, that is connected to the electric circuit between A and B points. Then here the 2 points connected to the 20 ohms and 30 ohms of resistors. Then get least resistance in the circuit. Find the resultant resistance between A and B and find the current in the circuit. See the circuit diagram. Battery 10 volts. Resistance are 20 ohms and 30 ohms. This is the parallel connection. Then total circuit belongs to the A and B points. Then what is the first question? 20 ohms and 30 ohms of resistor are connected in parallel in circuit. Then parallel circuit means all positive terminals one side and negative terminals are one side. Second one is the equivalent resistance. Equivalent resistance of the parallel connection, that is the 1 by R equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. Then after we can find out the R value, R equal to 12 watts are there. Then next you can find out that current I, that is the Ohm's law. Current I equal to V by R. Voltage by resistance. That means current I equal to potential difference by resistance. Then we can find out the current I equal to V by R. V equal to 10 volts and R equal to 12 watts. Totally divided by 0.83 amperes. That is the last question. Section 3 having total 4 questions. You can attempt the 2 questions, any 2 questions. Write the answers in 8 to 12 sentences. Each question carries 8 marks. This is the pattern of the new model paper. That is the physical science new model paper pattern. I hope all are understand this pattern of the model paper. Next class we will discuss about the another model paper. Thank you and God bless you all.